right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox, and we are live.
We are indeed live. We have the wonderful Moonraccoon. Say hello,
Welcome.
Moon. Say hello. Hello? Are you there, Moon? Did we lose her? Jules, we already lost our guest. This is already gonna be a disaster. No, I'm trying to, Jules. I'm trying to remain positive in my old years. You know, I'm starting a new leaf, and I'm kind of doing things a little bit differently, Jules. So everything
will be okay.
Yeah. We actually literally did lose her. Maybe she just clicked the close tab. Live show, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we do our program.
We're rocking. By the way, I want to say a quick shout out to our listeners. If you are tuned in on YouTube or in the IRC chat on nightride.fm, say hi.
Yes.
I know we've got a bunch of Turks in the YouTubes. We've got Amir and Naz chatting away.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I don't speak Turkish, so I'm gonna try my best at using Google Translate.
I can't speak Turkish, but I love the taffies. Oh my god. Did you ever have Turkish taffies?
No, but I like Turkish coffee.
I feel like is taffy, like, that's a thing. They call it a Turkish delight, right? I think, or maybe that's something else. Afternoon delight. I don't know. I'm getting all messed up here. But yeah, we want to welcome you to the show. And before we bring on our wonderful guest,
I think we have Moonraccoon
who
is back.
just appeared.
Hi.
Hello. we were just talking about how live radio is always the best, and we're glad to have you back.
I also I want to do a quick shout out to Desterian, our buddy from Poland, in the IRC chat, as well as Craig Packman, all the way from Australia, and we've got Karen Zoe Lee, who's in the chat.
Look at that, very nice.
And Karen pointed something out. Both her and I are a year older now. Since last week.
You guys are. And before we get into our wonderful discussion with Moonraccoon, which I can't wait to dig into, you and Karin had quite the little soiree last week up there in Canada. What happened there?
Karin came to visit me in Toronto, and we DJ'd for the Lucy Dream show here in Toronto.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Honeybeard and Michael Oakley popped in to say hi that night.
Wow.
And then we were to DJ at Tilt. Karin wasn't feeling too well, so I took over the Tilt duties on Saturday night.
Okay.
And then we went Sunday down to Niagara Falls to check out the falls and hang with the Oakleys.
Hanging with the Oakleys, watching the waterfalls and being all hanging up there with all your synth fan. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So it sounds like you had a great
By the way, quick shout out to Cool AM7 all the way in from Greece, and Annie's in the house. We're going to be kicking off the show with a track from Annie.
Yeah.
Any second now, but once again, if you are listening, tuned in, say hi in the chats. We love shouting out names.
Yeah. And I guess why don't we just dive right into the first track then, because I can't wait to get down to the nitty-gritty here.
Pick Moonraccoon's brains.
Yeah.
Find out what's going on.
Yes. All right. So before we do, let's drop this first track. What do we have lined up, Mr. Friend?
All right. Oh, by the way, quick shout out to listeners at Retro Hit Radio.
Oh yeah.
Down in the Upside Down.
They're just waking up, I think.
Yeah. 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, 6 a.m. for the west coast of Australia.
Yes.
I don't know.
You can have us with your morning coffee or with a little nightcap, depending on what side of the world you live on. So, very nice.
All right. Let's kick things off with a track from New Jersey artist Annie, who's in the IRC chat. She's back from a bit of a break, and she's full of news. First, her album is finished, and it's expected to be released around spring 2025.
Okay.
And ahead of that, she's releasing a new music video in October, filmed by none other than Brad Kinnon himself.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But right now, Annie has released a brand new single, or will be releasing a new single on September 5th, and we get to play it early.
Oh, there we go. Little exclusive track.
Exclusive early play.
Exclusive ears. Yes, indeedy.
So this is it. This is Annie with Captured right here on Night Ride FM.
was Annie with Captured. Yeah, I like that.
God, I love Annie's voice.
Yeah. Well,
been a while. I can't wait for the album.
She's got that classically trained, and I think she's like, they're doing a play or something, isn't she? She's doing like
she works in theater.
Yeah,
so she has worked in theater.
They're putting together their own like production, which is like amazing. Speaking of production, we have the wonderful Moonraccoon. Shall we call you Miss Moon or Miss Raccoon?
Or Moon. It's okay.
Moon?
Moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I'm so happy to finally have you on the show. We tried to get you on last year, and I know we ran into some complications, and we've really been waiting for, I can't even, like, we've known each other. We've gone back. We were discussing before the show. We met on Straplocked server, Discord server, if you guys are into that. It was a production server, and I still have no idea how I got on that production server. I'm like, you know, I got a thing. I used to write, I guess, for an online blog, and I got in with the cool kids, and I met you early on, and you know, we kind of hit it off, and so many great people from that server, and TLDR, here we are. I feel like it's 4 or 5 years later. I know you've been doing so much with music and all the different things going on, so I guess we should just like dive right in. Jules, do we have questions? I don't even know. Like,
yes.
Well, I have a ton of things I want to talk about.
I want to ask Moon, because I remember discovering you, Moonraccoon, when I was like building a synthwave playlist, because I went down the rabbit hole and I was discovering all these artists, and I came across you and all your various tracks. You had amazing tracks and also incredible collaborations, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But I want to ask, how long have you been producing music?
Yeah.
Since 2017.
Oh, so I guess your start and my start were, so wait a minute, you were just getting started when, like, did you just come like straight out of the gate with bangers? Because like, I don't, you're like,
That's one
the
way
modesty
to put it,
is just amazing. But no, like seriously though, like I had no idea. I thought you've been doing production work for at least like 4 or 5 years before, because I don't remember you ever producing anything that was like, maybe you better let that one bake a little bit more. But you know, that's incredible. So again, we go back so many years. You're a producer out of Sweden. So I know we were talking about a little bit off air about how Sweden is and you know what it's famous for. You were telling me something about
Strumming.
Strumming. Is that what it's called? Which
Strumming.
It's apparently it's rotten fish.
It's fermented.
Now Jules says you bury it in the ground. Do you really bury it in the ground? Is that how, like, does it get like an extra earthy flavor, like for,
I don't know,
a little bit more?
Have you tried it?
Stay away from it. I stay away from it.
Oh my god! At least you're brave enough to try it.
So I'm assuming you have tried it and it just wasn't for you. But like, do you ever go to like do they have diners over there in Sweden? I feel like they just...
Yes, they have restaurants.
Restaurants, okay.
Yeah, but they rarely serve strumming. You can buy it at the supermarket though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the restaurants will serve it because it would stink up the restaurant. So
I was gonna say, like, the real locals, like, do they just like wander in, get, you know, coffee and some cigarettes, and you know, there's strumming on a platter,
rotten fish for breakfast? Yeah.
Like, do they cook that, or is it just like they just put it on a bagel or something like that?
Well, we kind of eat it for midsummer. You know, we celebrate the summer solstice.
Oh, that's right. You guys do that. Now, is that the midsummer? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Because I saw a really scary movie about that, but I know it's not like that.
Midsummer.
Midsummer. I can't say it like the way you guys say it.
Yeah, it's with an AR at the end.
Midsummer.
Yeah.
Sommar.
Midsummer.
Oh, I can't say words.
Thank you. Man,
All right, we're gonna circle back because so I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole of all the words in Sweden I can't say. So let's circle back.
All right, let's get back. Okay, so you've been producing since 20. You know what? You're right, Dennis. I think I jumped into the synthwave scene around 2017. That's when I discovered it.
Yes.
That makes sense. That's why Moonraccoon was like, boom,
putting us right on the calendar date.
Right.
Right on the timeline.
So I guess my next question, Moon, is what led you to synthwave and not like house music or drum and bass?
Well, that's an interesting. So I want to hear the answer, and then I want to expound upon that a little bit. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, honestly, I wasn't making any genre at first, and I accidentally made a song with an ARP, like the dun 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 dun, and then a friend of mine was like, "That sounds like synthwave," and I go, "What's synthwave?"
And the age-old question: what is synthwave?
Yeah.
Did they introduce you to some like the Midnight or?
Yeah, so they showed me New Retrowave, the channel.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, the YouTube channel.
Yeah. And I guess it kind of started there.
Well, very good. And the rest is history. Now, what I wanted to say in addition to that is I know that you kind of bob around in different genres as well, too. Like I've known you did some music in like the hip hop genre. And I feel like the stuff that you're doing now, it reminds me of like some of the earlier synthwave, like the synthwave that they say "F you, this ain't synthwave" kind of stuff. Like it's kind of like a hybrid or pre-synthwave. Maybe like in France, the Jules helped me out with this. The
French house.
The French house, yes.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of different influences. Now, is the influences from like? Do you get influenced by like shows or TV or just the culture in Sweden? Is it kind of a mixed population over there? Because the only thing I know, it's just like just full of beautiful blondes and apparently this synth strumming, whatever the hell that is.
I don't really cater for Swedish people. I just get influenced by what I listen to, and lately it has been a lot of French house,
Yeah, it definitely shows. Like I love your new EP, and I think that it's probably a little bit dated. It's maybe about 1 or 2 years old now, but it just was just fire when you dropped it. But we're excited to play some of your newer stuff too, which we will definitely get into as well. But I don't know. In the meantime, should we just like drop a track and give everyone a little taste?
Sure.
Taste of the raccoon.
First, I want to do a quick shout out to Super Space Cat, who's in the IRC chat, as well as FM and Ice Dream. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm translating some of the Turkish that's going on YouTube, and I swear to God, Emir and Naz are having a full-on like flirtatious sex thing going on.
Oh, it's really going down. It's going down in the YouTube.
Yeah, this is one of those phone call type things.
They're like, we're speaking Turkish,
hey,
so
man. Night Ride's here for you.
Night Ride is here
for all your needs.
All your hookup needs, we're here.
All right. We are going to play a track. I picked this track, a little older one from 2019. Moon, it's from your Fragments album.
Yeah.
And which features collaborations, which we'll get into. But this one in particular features Straplock.
Strappy. I miss Strappy.
I
gotta ask you, how was it working with Straplock?
It was a lot of fun, actually.
He's a good dude.
This was before everybody was busy, so everybody... And it was kind of like that, the whole scene, actually. That you could just, grab someone and say, hey, you want to play guitar on this? And then that's how it happened with Straplocked. I was like, do you want to play guitar on this track? And he's like, yeah, let me see what I can do. And then what he sends just blows you away,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I gotta ask, you know how there's little cliques in the synthwave community, right? So when we talk about like the Night Ride FM group of people, or at least people who are hanging out in the various places, I think of Straplock, Turbo Night, how did you meet some of these artists?
We're actually on a Discord server by this artist called The Encounter.
Oh yeah, the Encounter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to have a Discord server, and I guess that's where most people met.
Whatever happened? What happened to the Encounter?
I'm not sure actually. I think he still makes music. I hope he does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, with different producers, you could either switch genres or change names, and like, you know, who knows where you're going to go after that, because it's hard to keep people pinned down and see what they're up to. I know a lot of different artists have different projects and different names, and of course, too, other producers have moved on to do other things too. I know Strap Locked is actually a good friend of mine as well, and he's kind of doing his thing now. He's kind of
Dennis is a lucky,
you know,
Dennis is lucky. He's seeing Strap Lock play live.
He's super talented, super awesome dude. But I'm gonna give you guys out there in listening land a chance to hear the wonderful Moonraccoon and the wonderful Strap Locked together, doing this collab from, I guess, 2019.
2019, yeah.
Gosh.
So yeah, I went and looked on Spotify. This is your most listened to track on Spotify.
Nice.
So here it is. This is Moonraccoon with Showdown featuring Strap Locked right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Showdown by Moonraccoon featuring Straplocked. Yes, I love that track. It's amazing stuff. Now, I want to talk about something very, very important. Probably the most significant track you may have ever created. And I'm not sure if anybody, I don't think anybody that listens to the show knows this, although we have mentioned this before in just random non sequiturs. You are the person who actually wrote the State of Synth theme song. And I just want to say congratulations for coming out with such an amazing banger that we get to play every week. So,
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fun actually listening to the episodes, and you can hear the song across, is it 8 seasons?
We play this song a lot. Yeah. Well, we play it, what, I guess 30 times a year. And, you know, that's just on the show. Like, I just usually have it on
It's the most repeated song on Night Ride.
Yeah. I mean, I repeat it constantly, like, while I'm working, and, you know, just put it on a loop. Because it's just amazing. And how long did it take you to actually do that? This is for those that are, you know, just listening and tuning in. This is our State of Synth theme song, which Moonraccoon was the creator of. So we love it. But did this take you like months and months of just like, you know, just hard sweat equity to
No. I think it took me a few hours. I sent you, I think this is the second version of the songs I sent you, and the first one wasn't really there.
Oh, did you send me the first version? Oh my god, I almost feel like I want to like find that version. And
Moon, you should say it took you months and months.
Yeah, it took me months.
I would.
Actually.
Don't sell yourself short.
Actually,
Come on
it took me months of hard work.
It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
But I love it. It's incredible. So now you had said at one point that you wanted to rework it and everything like that. But I love it just the way it is. Jules, it's kind of like the perfect song. I mean, right? It's got like it's got an intro. You know, it's got the, you know, the horns.
It's majestic.
It is majestic.
It's majestic. Yeah.
Because we started this out as more of a, I guess, tongue-in-cheek type of news, you know, not so hard-hitting news program, and I was like, we need like, you know,
coming in on the news wire,
the orc stabs and the, you know, the trumpets and you know, like really coming at you with the synth news, and then we realized there is really nothing worth talking about with synthwave news. We just started making up stories because, you know, it just didn't amount to much, but I think we watered it down to just a fine elixir that we just sprinkle around all over everyone weekly, and I think it works out for us. But we don't go into the hard-hitting stuff because, I don't know, you get tired about talking about, you know, what is synthwave, and that's not synthwave, and Kavinsky.
You know, if there's any news in synthwave, it's always something miserable.
Synthwave isn't dead.
Somebody plagiarized someone else's song, or somebody said synthwave is dead.
Yeah.
Or somebody. It's always the same miserable people.
I don't care if synthwave is dead.
I prefer fun people.
You know, it's alive in our little niche.
It's
our little
undead.
Yeah.
It is undead. Yeah, there you go.
So speaking of the undead. I gotta throw some shout outs.
All right.
We've got Benny Grid in the house.
Benny Grid, nice.
Yeah. We've also got our friends Retro Hit Radio who have joined in the chat. Once again, we shout out them. You can go to retrohitradio.co.nz.
Yeah. Good morning.
All your 80s and synthwave 24/7 music.
Yes. Now
we've also got Rex Balls.
Okay, the official Rex Balls.
Yeah. So he is Swedish bikini team thong. He's at a bar apparently. And we've also got Stembot in the house.
All right.
And Kit is in the house.
Hey, Snugs Kit. Very good. It's amazing. Thank you for listening to the show live and being with us while we chat to the wonderful Moon about her, synthwave escapades,
So
in Sweden.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you created our theme song, I said, have you been using the same DAW for the last 5 years?
Have I been using the same DAW?
Yeah, like your music production, the
Yeah.
music production software.
Yeah.
And what DAW is it?
It's FL Studio.
Okay, FL Studio. Take a note here.
He
FL
asks
Studio.
every guest.
So Moonraccoon is on the FL Studio team. Okay.
I'm going to assign a homework assignment for Jules. He is going to put this into a database, and whenever we need to,
Every artist, which artists are using FL Studio, which artists are using Ableton, which ones are using Logic, which ones are using Reaper.
Yeah, I feel like after 12 seasons, I feel like we can actually make use of this data.
You know what?
I think we could sell
Andy
it. Maybe
from Beyond Synth, he's got that database that he has, right, where he tracks everybody he's interviewed and when and stuff. But he doesn't track what DAW they use.
No, he does. That's why we're just a little bit better, just a little bit better than Beyond Synth. Just a tiny bit, like a little soupçon of betterness.
A little soupçon.
Than Andy's show. Because,
by the way, shout out to Blobs, who joined us in the YouTube chat.
Hey, welcome,
Poor Blobs. You're surrounded by a couple of Turks flirting hard. And man, I gotta tell our listeners, if you go jump in there and translate what they're saying, they're talking about nipple enhancement.
If you like enlarged nipples,
nipple enlargement. That's
jump right on into our YouTube chat.
It's some entertaining stuff.
You can just jump right in and join the discussion. We can't control, Jules. We can't control who's talking about what and what time in our chat rooms because. It's 24/7. I can't be there all day. And Jules, you never go there. And we got lives. So
nice thing about Night Ride is you can put it on and forget about it. Just listen.
Put on the headphones and chill. Yep.
Back to Moonraccoon.
Back to Moon.
So, Moon, you have worked with some amazing talent.
Yeah.
So we heard that the first track we heard from you was Showdown tonight with Straplock, but you've also worked with people like Icarus, who's also from Sweden.
Yeah.
And you've worked with Griff down in Australia. You've got Thunder Porpoise here in the States, The Aviators, Demi K over in Greece, Turbo Knight over in Finland, and more. We'll be playing a couple of others songs in a sec. But so once again, is this more the hookups from the Discords and social media?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that Is that how you collaborate? You feel like you can collaborate the best through Discord?
Yeah.
Discord's fun.
Do they ask you to help on a collaboration, or do you reach out to them?
Most of the collabs I reached out, and some of them they reached out.
Cool. All right.
Very good.
And so, speaking of collaborations, we're gonna jump to this track here.
Yes.
You worked with Chelsea Owen, who used to be Oceanside 85.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And she's located here in Canada, in Vancouver on the West Coast. And do you want to tell us about this track? Did she reach out to you for this?
I actually reached out to her. I sent her a few tracks, and I guess this was the one that she vibed with the most.
Okay.
It has this type of summery feel, and we thought it would be nice to release during the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did this get released?
I think in June. I'll have to double check.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm checking right now. It released July 12th.
July, yeah.
Oh, nice. I get confused because I can't tell sometimes, because sometimes I'll hear songs early and everything like that, and I never know when the actual release date is because I'm we played that 3 weeks ago, and I get so confused sometimes, and so I'm always did that come out yet? Or yeah, it's been around for about 4 months now, but yeah, this is definitely a great track that I love. Chelsea's voice, I love her vocals. She just does such a great job.
Her vocals are getting better and better every year. She's really she's found her sound.
Yes.
And it's
Do you
she
tend
has that.
Do you tend to like vocalists with your music, or do you prefer to just like spice it up, like spice up an album with some vocals? Because you don't have a whole lot of tracks, but the ones that you put out are always just straight bangers. Like the one with the Aviators, which is like one of my favorite tracks like of all time. And I don't know. Do you like vocals? Do you like it predominantly instrumental? Is it nice to spice it up?
Honestly, I prefer instrumental.
What gives you the opportunity, or let's say, like, how do you know when a track needs vocals? Is it just kind of like you send it and they decide, that the singers decide, the people who are writing the lyrics and everything like that? Or are you like basically like noodling around and being like, this one has to have vocals to it? How does that work?
It's kind of in the composition process. If I feel like a melody wouldn't, do it justice, like a lead synth, and it needs more expression, then I'll contact the vocalist and ask if they want to sing on it.
So I guess vocals in a way are just another instrument, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a different way of expressing, the intent of the song.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can add like so much more of a dimension. That's why I tend to like the vocals a little bit better, but I know that, I might get hate mail for that, but I don't know. I like the vocal. To me, like somebody singing on a track, it's probably the best instrument that you could ever have. It's better than any polysynth or whatever that you can come up with. Is just a great vocalist that can really use their instrument to just produce amazing vocals, but also it's something to think about too. Like a lot of synthwave nowadays, it's not really about the palm trees or anything like that. It's less kitschy, and it's more. I think it's a lot of it is more meaningful. Like the lyrics and everything. We had the discussion with I'm just losing my mind now. French producer.
Lifelike? What, Yoda?
Yeah, Yoda. Yes, thank you very much. And she puts so much into her voice and her composition and her lyrics and her emotion and everything like that, because she's not a producer at all, but she's like a legend just because she uses her voice as an instrument. And I just love it. I love all the great things that just come out of all these amazing vocalists that we have in the scene, which is great. Is there anything that you want to add to this particular song that we're going to play? It's called My Heart, and it's by Moonraccoon, obviously, with vocals by Chelsea Owen. Did she write the lyrics? Did you write? Was it a collaborative?
Yeah, she wrote all the lyrics.
Okay. I think I like it that way, when like the vocalist write the lyrics that way, like, because they know the emotion, they know where they want to go with the song.
Yeah.
It's almost like performing. Well, obviously it's performing, but when you're acting, let's say, in a movie, and you're expressing yourself in a certain way and you're putting emotion into what you're doing, I feel like the vocalists know where they're going to go with a song and can deliver a little easier than like you saying, hey, I want you to write this song about palm trees and highways and stuff, because they might have a different direction.
No, too much meddling can ruin a song, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. All right, so anything that you'd like to add about the production? How long did it take to put this whole thing together?
I think a couple of months.
Okay, so it's been baking for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a nice summertime song, as you said. And I just want to play it, Jules. You want to?
All right, let's
drop
do
it.
Well, here it is. This is Chelsea Owen with My Heart, featuring Moonraccoon, right here on Night Ride FM.
And there it is, My Heart by Chelsea Owen featuring Moonraccoon. Or is it by Moonraccoon featuring Chelsea Owen? Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, obviously, Moonraccoon produced the music and reached out to Chelsea for some songwriting and singing.
Yeah, I would say, and I would use the and.
Yeah, I would say Moonraccoon and Chelsea Owen, My Heart.
Yeah, I think it's funny though, like, because sometimes both artists will actually release it on their Bandcamp or label, and it'll always be like, you know, such and such featuring such and such, and then they like reverse it on the other on the other band, and I get confused because you know, I don't know who does what. I barely know what I do, but I do know one thing, that you have some badass artwork on pretty much all your stuff that I think is like super fun, super cool. Now, obviously, Moonraccoon, you have this character of you know, it's kind of a badass raccoon that just kind of runs around and does
so
things.
What is she?
She's a crime fighter.
A crime-fighting raccoon.
Yeah, she's an anti-hero.
And is this
she's
it
an
set
anti-hero?
sort of like in a huh?
If you're a crime fighter and you're in, well, I guess is it more like Batman? Because would you consider
more like
dark Batman?
She's not a traditional hero, you know.
Oh, right. So you have like your Jules, you're the movie guy. You have the Batman, the Dark Knight kind of Batman, and then there's like Batman and Robin, which Batman and Robin's kind of like, you're a good guy, but who's the one who directed the Dark Knight? Christopher Nolan. You have like your Christopher Nolan dark superhero who is, you know, kind of your anti-hero and you know, what you just said.
I was thinking more like Blade.
More like Blade. Okay, yes.
Yeah, Blade is more of like an anti-hero kind of. And you know what? Now I'm looking at your discography, Moon, and of course, I'm looking right at the album Anti-Hero.
Yeah.
Go figure.
We could have just looked at your Bandcamp and
it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So, does the world that Moonraccoon lives in, is it like is it the present, or is it some sort of like cyberpunk futuristic?
Yeah, it's cyberpunk future.
Cool. That's why I like it.
The funny thing about the anti-hero is that we wanted to have something that looked like Army of Darkness.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So that's where the inspiration for the art came from.
I love it.
Nice.
I think it's so fun, and it really kind of puts your signature on all your music, because you seem to feature it. Except for the new single, it's kind of a new imagery. Like it's kind of like the what is that blob on like a page, and they say, "What do you see when you look at this
Rorschach?
blob?"
Yeah.
Rorschach.
And like, I just see a blob. But to me, like when I look at that, it actually does look like a raccoon kind of face. You know, if you invert it and put it against a background. I think that's really cool. Is this kind of like to signify like a new direction, or at least obviously a new direction with the art?
Well, it's part of the new EP, right?
Yes.
So, and the new EP was gonna be a little bit more psychologically deep.
Ooh.
The themes in it, a little bit more, how you call it?
A little cerebral.
A little bit, yeah,
In
a
your
little
head.
bit more into the brain.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense with the, what do they call them? The Rorschach? I don't know.
Rorschach.
Yeah.
So, and I've also got a question. Your album, The Rising Tides, that dropped back in April, right? You've got other characters on there. Who are they?
Oh, they're part of the crime fighting team.
Okay. So I see a rabbit.
Yeah, I see a rabbit. That's Shiro.
Mm-hmm. And then who else is there?
There's Tab the cat.
Okay.
And Cat the cat.
And they're all like, are they all anti-heroes, or is there like one good one and be like, guys, we shouldn't be doing this, you know?
They're all good ones except for Moon, which is a little bit more vigilant.
I feel like with all the animation and everything like that, we just had Street Cleaner on the show last week, and he is in the process of making a game with his team, and just really cool. So I would love to play like a Moonraccoon game. I think that'd be so fun. Like, and you could pick your character. Like, you can pick, you know, if there's like 4 characters, like you could be the Moonraccoon. Is
cool.
that character is the name Moonraccoon the anti-hero, or does she have a name?
Her name is Helena Moon.
Helena Moon. Okay. Well, there you go.
So where did the name Moonraccoon come from?
I can't remember. I used to play shooter games, and I would call one of my loadouts in Call of Duty Moonraccoon.
Dirty Moonraccoon. Dirty.
So you know what? That answer, because I was gonna lead in to ask some like non-music questions. I was gonna ask you if you're a gamer, and if you like movies and TV. Do you watch, like, what are your favorite shows? So you are a gamer.
Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
That's a raccoon, right? Sly Cooper?
Yeah, Sly Cooper's a raccoon.
Yeah. I was thinking like it reminds me of that game, like some of the art. But yeah, what do you like? You like playing shooters as well? Because I love shooters.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
What's your current shooter that you're playing? Do you have time to play?
Currently, and people are gonna probably hate me for calling it a shooter, but Overwatch currently.
Overwatch? Okay. No, that's a huge market. Like, there's so many people playing that game.
Well, not only that, it kind of makes sense considering your artwork and the artwork in Overwatch. It kind of matches.
It does make sense. Yeah, you have a lot of your heroes and anti-heroes.
The cartoony characters and stuff. It's
it's hell of a fun gaming. Very cool.
What about do you have any favorite TV shows or movies that you've been watching?
Right now, I'm watching CSI. It's kind of addictive.
What's the show called?
CSI.
Oh yeah, the crime
funny. So you're.
Oh my god, I've watched all the CSIs.
You're like on brand. Like, you're like on brand 24/7.
I know, with the dark crime fighter. And...
So what do you like to do? Well, I like to watch shows about crime fighting. Okay.
And what video game do you play? Oh, the cartoon one.
You know,
the one with heroes.
The anti-heroes.
Heroes,
you know. I love it though.
So,
like, I love raccoons. The only raccoons I don't like are the ones that are outside of my house. You know, I don't do anything bad to the raccoon, but like, they're always in my like, I'm not saying like, you know, raccoons are always in
let me tell you, I wanted to do
raccoons are great.
A long time ago, I was trying to teach myself 3D animation.
Yes.
And I wanted to make a short cartoon about a raccoon in this alleyway
fighting crime
between two houses. And you know how every time you put your garbage, so the neighbors kept losing their minds because every time they put garbage out, the raccoon would pop the lid open and get inside, and so they kept making it harder and harder for the raccoon to get into the garbage, and eventually they put like a computerized digital lock on it. And I just pictured like the raccoon dropping down and with some electronics cracking the lockpick, opening it up. Because raccoons can get into anything.
Because raccoons, they have the long fingernails. That makes total sense.
I thought it looked like they have opposable thumbs. They don't. But
they don't? I thought they did.
Yeah, no, they don't. But their hands are just so.
Yeah, they're ratchety.
Yeah, they're sneaky little buggers.
Yeah, my wife calls them trash pandas. All right, that's we're not talking.
Speaking of trash pandas.
Trash pandas, yes.
You know that Toronto synthwave band Judge Bitch?
Yeah.
Do you remember they came out with an album called Trash Panda? And their latest album had a song on it called Trash Pandas.
It's just a fun name. Like I do like to think that it's like a little trash panda like outside in my garbage and stuff like that. But you know, I get mad because it's like right outside, you know, and it's always like right at dusk, you know, and I'm just like, you know, I'm watching a movie or something like that, and I live in the Wizzy area, and all you hear is like clang, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, you know, focusing in on the movie, and it's like clang, 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 and like glass breaking, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh my god, and then I gotta run out, and then I take a shoe and I throw a shoe at the trash can, and they run.
But half the time in Toronto, the raccoons don't run away. They're so used to humans that they're not scared of anything.
You ain't gonna stop me.
You can run at them and yell and everything, and they'll just look at you like.
The thing is, though, like, they're
This is my
so
garbage.
cute, though. Even the real ones are cute. Like, you get so angry, I get so mad, and I throw shoes, and then I like the panda or the trash panda or the raccoon will like hop up and he'll look at me and with the little eyes, and I'm like, I can't even be mad at you anymore. And then I just let him, just dig in the trash. But anyway, we got to circle back because
Yes.
I don't know how we got on this tangent.
By the way, I want to do a quick shout out to Isle9 who joined us in the chat.
Hey, welcome.
As well as Johnny5 who's alive.
Johnny5 is alive.
And Warren has joined us in the chats. And I just want to let everyone know, if you go to Warren, that's WOREN.bandcamp.com, he's got a new album out called Coalescence.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I think we'll play a track from that next week.
We got a bunch of producers in the house.
Right.
This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's it. So, Moon, that's why I asked about your DAW, because 90% of our listeners are producers.
We got a lot
So
of producers.
that's the kind of stuff they want to hear. Like, ooh, you know what? If Dave 808 Turner was in the chat, you want me to ask this?
What's your
favorite VST?
Jupiter 8, easily.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Write that down.
I'm writing it down.
So we're gonna play the next track here. This is featuring the Heat Rush. I almost said Heart Rush. That's, I think, another artist. But this is called Virtual Reality. Now, is this brand new? I don't even think this is out yet, is it?
Yeah, it's out. This is brand new.
Brand new, though. Okay, brand new. Now, this is one of the things that I enjoy. I'm a big gamer, too, but my favorite thing is virtual reality. Like, when I was a kid, I just loved, like, thinking about a future where you can just step into another world and just escape into this other plane where you can just do things, and it's so immersive that it just puts you into the adventure. So this track's called Virtual Reality. Is this I guess akin to your this is the new EP, right? This is kind of like part of the cerebral in your head type of adventure.
Yeah, and this song is about depression.
Oh.
And how, escapism and how virtual reality can be, an escape for people who...
Yeah, for sure. Do you go into virtual reality?
Yeah, do you have a Quest 2?
Sometimes, yeah.
I love it. I have a Quest 2, I have a Quest 3, I have the original Oculus Rift, and probably going to get the new one that's coming out.
The Quest Pro.
I'm not getting the Apple one because they can't play games on that one. But I'm telling you, it's
I think that one tanked. Didn't that one tank because nobody wanted to spend?
Nobody wanted to pay.
$3,000?
Surprise! Nobody wanted to pay $3,000 for a
not even for an Apple
goggles.
product.
And you can't even play games on it. Anyway, exactly. I'm not going to go there. But virtual reality is great. But yeah, I mean that actually puts a kind of a different twist on it when you can go into a virtual reality to escape and to live I know a lot of people, a lot of friends go into the VR chat, and you can find this whole other life. I used to actually be into it wasn't virtual reality, but it was called Second Life, and there was another game I call game in air quotes called There. It was called There, and really it's really amazing stuff where you can just insert yourself into this another plane of living and just live this second life, and it's really cool, especially for people that are wanting to meet people from, like, I loved it because I can meet people from all over the world. Discord's like that too, which is great, but things like virtual reality, like you could talk with people all over the world, and it was like one of the first eye openers for me to just escape into another.
Except when you walk into one of those virtual reality rooms where it's thousands of little kids running around, 5 years old,
screaming at each other,
all screaming, and you're like, oh god,
I gotta go. But for the most part, where you go to your usual places and stuff like that, and I think it's really cool to meet people. I met somebody from the UAE, and just the culture that they experienced was just incredible, and I I think it's just so wild that we can just have this experience where we can, either escape reality to enjoy ourselves, or to help us escape reality to get away from things for a while and be
I think it's pretty much it's a healthy thing.
Yeah,
I like my fantasy and sci-fi books when I was younger, and then video games, and then movies and TV, of course, right?
Indeed.
So yeah, it's healthy. It's so we're gonna talk about. Well, we're gonna play this track. It's featuring the Heat Rush, which is an artist from North Carolina. How did you meet up with them?
Through Discord.
Of course, Discord. Now, is it me?
Ultimate social button.
There's several artists. I'm looking at the profile picture for Heat Rush. Are they a furry?
I think that they are a furry, yes.
Yeah, because I recognize some of the artwork on some of the profile pics for a bunch of artists.
Yeah.
They have the furry artwork.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yes,
let's do it.
I can't wait to play this track. Now, Jules, anything else we need to add before we drop into this next track?
Nope. Well, when does this track drop? I think that I missed that.
It's already out, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's on Heat Rush's Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to you know what, I'll paste the link in the chat. If you go to theheatrush.bandcamp.com, you can find stuff. But here it is.
You can find stuff.
Here it is. This is Moonraccoon with virtual reality featuring the Heat Rush right here on Night Ride FM.
Your face before every night at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m. You used to like this more, but shadows got a hold of you. Yeah, you know it's true. You lost what you adored and found yourself a tragedy, but in obscurity. And all the masks you wore, they poisoned your reality for all to see. I'm feeling like the fight never left ya, like they didn't neglect ya. Feeling like you could run forever, like the times never left ya, because they couldn't forget ya. Living like you could run forever. You've seen the light before, but stars they only shine at night, and so you'll shine at night. Nocturnal life or more, but who's to say the shadows more? Not me, not you. You lost what you adored and found yourself a tragedy, but in obscurity. And all the masks you wore, they poisoned your reality, virtually. I'm feeling like the fight never left ya, like they didn't neglect ya. Feeling like you could run forever, like the times never left ya, because they couldn't forget ya. Living like you could run forever. Tongue ties, deadlines, night lies, cat's eyes, hallucinations, dancing shadows growing longer. Too fast, so slow, high tides, vision low. I slipping through the early morning like a drifter. tongue-ties, deadlines, nine lies, cat's eyes, hallucinations, dancing shadows growing longer. Too fast, so slow, high tides, vision low, ascending through the early morning like a drifter. How you feeling? Like the fight never left ya, like they didn't neglect ya, feeling like you could run forever, like the times never left ya, because they couldn't forget ya, living like you could run forever, living like you could run forever.
And there it is, Virtual Reality by Moonraccoon featuring The Heat Rush. And yeah, I dig that. It's fun. But like we said off air, it reminds me of the old Michael Jackson tracks. I'm ready for like a moonwalk to happen.
A bit fitting. Yeah.
One thing we did want to mention is we were discussing off air the person who is actually responsible for the art and creating the character on your albums, on your t-shirts, which are available. We can drop some links in the chat. Get yourself a Moonraccoon shirt, peoples. Now, it's Noise Hero, correct? That's
Yeah.
the person. Amazing job. Always love the art. Like, whenever I think of Moonraccoon, like, the art just is, like, right there in my mind. You know, it's the first thing I think about. One question that I wanted to ask, and you could say it's not going to happen. You can say it's not going to happen ever, but would there ever be a possibility to have like a comic come out, like with the artwork and the story?
Maybe.
And am I just pipe dreaming, or a little thing that might be in the works, or is this something you thought about?
I've actually thought about it. The hard part would be to find an artist who would be up for drawing it, because there's, you know, in all of my albums, there's like these stories throughout.
Right.
And the music is the soundtrack to those stories.
So
You know what? Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe he might be too expensive, but Jordan Noir, Maximum Noir,
yeah. Oh, yes.
because he does comic book style.
That would be
And
like
I think he working on a book, like he had comic strip versions of Dana Jean Phoenix, Michael Oakley.
That's right. Whatever happens.
And he's done artwork for several albums too.
Yeah. So we're gonna put this out there. If anybody wants to hook up with, I just said that, it didn't sound right. Hook up with Moonraccoon, but you know what I'm saying. Hook up in a collaborative way. Not just hook up, like our YouTube chat. If you want to, put something out there, and I would love to see a project where we get like a really cool comic with, you could buy the comic. Even like a Kickstarter will be pretty badass. You get the comic, you can either get the digital version or the paper version, and you can get the soundtrack along with it. And like, I feel like that could be like a whole package. Jules, I know you're gonna probably already have that on pre-order. Which, by the way, how many T-shirts did you buy? Because I know you did.
I only bought one, so yeah, we're gonna post the links. So first of all, Moon, we want to ask. You're working, obviously, you mentioned you're working on an EP. When do you think it'll be done?
Well, hopefully December.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's nice.
I also realized
tracks? About 5
I was on your,
tracks?
yeah. I was on your Bandcamp. I realized there was one album I hadn't bought, Delta. So I fixed that.
Is
I
that
bought
the
it.
one? Which one is that? That's the one. That's the one that.
It's the one with the triangle on there.
Yeah. That's like my new favorite one. And since we're just, kind of mentioning a lot of random things here, I do want to mention and thank you for being on our charity album. It really meant a lot.
It was a pleasure.
It was really important for me, and to raise money for the event, the charity, the Trevor Project, which is something I always wanted to do, and I appreciate it. It was such a magical album, and I think it couldn't have happened better. I don't think, you know, everybody that was involved like just did an amazing job of you know, just putting themselves out there and just really hitting it over the top. Like I still listen to that album like all the time. And it's not for sale because obviously I'm not going to. We had a time that the album was for sale, and we used all the proceeds to go to the Trevor Project. As of now, I forget. I think you can go to it and either listen to it for free, or I forget. I think I just like put some like charity links to the charity. But we did collect. We raised about $500. Which we had a benefactor like towards the end that just kicked in like $100. I think they kicked in like $140 just to kick us over the edge.
Very nice.
So
cool people in the scene.
Synthwave people in the scene are just incredible. But now that you know I had you here, I just wanted to thank you. You can check it out if you do want to check out the album. Maybe make a donation to the Trevor Project. It is. What's it called? Live at Mr. Fusion's. That's right. Almost forgot the name of the album.
I'm putting the link in the chat.
It left such an impression on me. I forgot the name, and I named it. So, but yeah, it was such a cool thing, and I love the track that you submitted to that. Now that was kind of like it
Catwalk.
was. Yeah, it was vibing like with that Delta album, where it was like very French touchy, very funky. And that's the sound that, like, to me was kind of like a new experience with your music. It was like a new direction that you kind of went in. So, you know...
you know what? Johnny 5 popped in the chat even before I put the link in. He was like, yeah, Moonraccoon, Catwalk.
Yep.
Top notch. It's a damn fine song.
Absolutely.
He beat me to it.
It's like I think it's like one of the crowning jewels on the album because I love it. But everyone really kind of just did an amazing job. All right, I'm done talking about my album, Jules. I'm moving on.
All right, so let's talk about socials.
Yes.
Obviously, you can find Moonraccoon. You're on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
And you are on Twitter. You are on. Are you on Threads yet?
Yes. Also Blue Sky.
Blue Sky too. Not Facebook though.
No, never Facebook.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I noticed that because I go tagging people. All right. And then speaking of merch, because I have been long missing a Moonraccoon shirt, and you just sent me to your myspreadshop.com store. And folks, I'm gonna pop the link in the chat because, the shirts are pretty sexy.
Yeah, really popping artwork again, as always. And we dig it.
Definitely. So yeah, I just ordered myself a shirt. So that's shirt number 236.
Someday we're gonna have to get some self-help for Jules and his product. Like I laugh about it, but it's like it's kind of ridiculous at this point. I don't think there's anybody that's more of a
I'm running out of space.
Connoisseur. Like
Karen was at my place. She can attest to the fact that.
Do you have a room for it? Like
no. So I've got dresser drawers. Karen showed me this technique of like rolling them up into little tubes, like really tight tubes. So I've filled my drawers with these tight. There's about like 50 or 60 in each drawer.
Oh my god!
But it means every time I want to wear one, I gotta like throw it in the dryer to like get rid of all the wrinkles.
Do you label them? Like, how do you know which one is which? Because they're all like just rolled up.
At one point, well, depending on how you roll them, you can see part of the logo.
You keep like a database of that. Because that would be helpful.
I have a spreadsheet, and I did try to put them alphabetical, but then that goes out the window after you've done some laundry.
Goes in drawer B6 in the
back.
back.
I guarantee you, it'll be easy to find this Moonraccoon shirt because the artwork is. You got the synthwave sun on it. You got a raccoon with Moonraccoon's logo. It's perfect.
Yes, that's. What else do you want?
Folks,
honestly,
Moon has some women's shirts on there too.
Nice.
I know a lot of women hate the fact that a lot of the shirts that are sold by artists are like unisex.
Yeah.
So fortunately, there's men's and women's.
Right, and we had a State of Synth shirt that Jules put together on our shop, and he didn't pay attention to the women's shirts, and he ended up putting the logo on the stomach.
It's their online design. You can't. the way our logo is situated, you can't. They won't let you move it up any higher on the shirt design.
And
because
Kaylin bought the T-shirt, and it has the Status Synth logo on her tummy, where she like puts her pizza, and it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I need to find a better store.
Yes.
I think I should have used Redbubble or something.
Or a Spreadshirt. Maybe we'll check that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll check it out. Buy some T-shirts.
My spread shop.
Yes.
But anyways, I digress. It is now like 1:15 a.m.
Yeah.
in Sweden.
This was
So,
incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Moon, thank you so much for joining us. It is awesome to finally speak with you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, and thank you so much for these songs.
And let us know when the EP gets released. We will put more tunes on the. We love playing tracks on the show.
Especially Moonraccoon tracks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna play a song and we'll say our bye-byes to you privately.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you again. All right, September 6th, Boston's feline Cat Temper is dropping his latest album, and it's called Still Just a Cat in a Rage. It's an homage to the Smashing Pumpkins, obviously.
He never quits.
Cat Temper, I don't know. He just
Never
keeps finding these puns.
How do you come up with? I don't know.
Yeah.
You must be a dad.
Yep. So you can pre-order the vinyl now, and you'll probably receive it before you go to bed.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. He ships fast.
He's very fast with shipping.
So you'll get the album before it's released digitally.
For sure.
The vinyl at least. And he's got a Bandcamp listening party too, which is happening on September 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
That's exciting.
And as always, Cat Temper has filled his album with cool tracks featuring hilarious names. You can obtain 4 tracks digitally now, and here's the first track from the album. This is Cat Temper with The World is a Vampire here on Night Ride FM.
God help me. And there it is. The world is. I can't say with a straight face, Jules.
The world is a vampire.
From raccoons
that was
to cats, and now we have another track that.
Yeah. By the way, the listening party is called the genre reveal party, because this album, as you've heard, this album is a slight departure, yet another departure for Cat Temper, and he's going into some other kind of genre.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's like
I
us.
love him.
Like you don't know where you're going to be in the next minute of your breath. But amazing, check that out. And if you want to go and you could talk about some Turkish delights and big nipples in his chat room and really just spice it up. That's
Nipple
what we
enlargement.
do. Nipple enlargement.
All right, let's jump across the Pacific to our friend Max the Sax Cruz,
Yes.
who just released a brand new album called Sunrises. And of course, it features his signature synths and sax, and as well as vocals from Pat DeMeo, of course,
very
and his wife Alessandra Gonzalez,
She's
and
fine.
more. So you better get your lighters out for this song. It's a nice slow one.
Ooh.
This is Max Cruz with Heart on Fire, featuring Pat DeMeo, right here on Night Ride FM.
In the shadow of a city, there was built on faded dreams, where the streets creep and whisper, and nothing's ever as it seems. When I'm lost within the darkness, I can lose my mind. I see a fire in the night. You're my guiding light, and with you I'll always find my way.
There it is. A little Max Cruz, Hearts on Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the Pat DeMeo vocals. So yeah, I was saying like that's classic, slow dancing at the prom in the school gym.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And yeah, his sax is amazing.
So close.
Quick shout out. I don't know. I can't remember if I shouted already.
Shout
but
out to
Dragonweed.
Dragonweed.
We've also got Power Play Milo over in the YouTubes.
Yeah,
Vaz was in the IRC chats.
Oh, shoot,
and he
Vag?
left, but he's been replaced by Vag.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, it's Vaz and there's Vag.
Vaz and Vag. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get confused sometimes. Yes. All right. So we're going to go into our touring and events, I think. Now is at the time where we go into touring and events? Now?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
I think. It's like towards the end of the show, and I got places to go, honestly. All right, so I'm going to kick this off here. Just happened, which is the Canada tour for Lucid Dreams. That is August the 27th through the 30th, and that is in the Canada. Or do you call it Le Canada?
Le Canada.
Le Canada. Is that?
But I think tonight they're playing in Montreal.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Do people really call it Le Canada, or did I just make that up?
No, they just say Canada.
Yeah, I'm a dork.
Let's see. This one's come and gone. So September 3rd to the 17th, Midnight Danger is on tour in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
The Nightmare Over Europe tour.
Indeed. And that's in Europe?
France, UK.
Yeah, all those places all over there. September 4th through the 28th, we have the UK and Ireland tour with LeBrock and Wolf Club. That is in... I don't know why I'm cracking up now. I'm just... Honestly, I'm tired, I guess. I don't know. But that's in UK and Ireland. We keep writing things twice. I think that's the problem.
Well, yeah. Okay, so there's the September 4th to the October 9th. There's the North American tour. Brother Tigers going on tour, and that's going to be in the U.S. and
That's
Canada.
exciting.
Various stops. That should be good.
I hope he comes to... Is he going to come to Philly?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Get your ticket. So, yeah.
Then we have September 6th through the October 18th. We have the North American tour with the Midnight and Chromeo. I know I'm going to that.
Yep.
I believe
everyone is.
Yeah. Who isn't going to go to that show? I mean, Chromeo and the Midnight. Yes, please. Sign me up. Yeah, very good. What else we got?
Let's see. We've got. So I had to move this up. The September 5th through to November 19th, Tour.exe Master Boot Record.
Ooh, that's right.
So initially it was Europe, because they did a little West Coast tour, and now they were going to do the Europe tour, but now they decided to come back to the... Oh, sorry, they were doing the East Coast tour before. Now they're doing the West Coast. So if you're in Seattle, or LA, or Denver, whatever, you get to see Master Boot Record.
Nice.
And if you're in Europe, you're going to be able to see Master Boot Record. So yeah, that's September 25th to November 19th.
Get your tickets. They will sell out. They did on me. So
yeah, they did.
They sell out shows. So yes, very good. October 5th, we have the Synth Bangers 2024 with Arcade High, The Bad Dreamers, Starfarer, Watch Out for Snakes, The Runaway Wild, Master Boot Record again, Jacket, Cosmonic, Bob Sink, DJ's Tower, and J. Eric and
Nick V.
Nick V. I couldn't say that word, or it would have came out like a curse. But yes, very good. Go out there in Denver and see them play.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the show.
In Denver.
And let's see, November 12th to December 15th, we have the Dance with the Dead doing the North American tour, and they're going to be joined by Corrine.
Yeah, that's awesome. December 9th, and this was just recently announced, I guess, December 9th through March 21st, so it's a nice little chunk of dates, a whole bunch of dates, and this is the Pressure Point Tour with Ollie Ride, and I saw him play in New York. He was excellent. Ollie Ride is always the showman, so if you get a chance to have Ollie ride through your town, I did not mean that pun, but there it is. When Ollie rides through your town, you better get to that show. So very good.
Of course, Of course, if you want to know more, if you want to find tickets, just Google Synthwave events, and it'll take you straight to the Night Ride FM website, where we put links on all these things so you can find tickets and go snap them up.
Yeah.
A quick shout out to somebody who joined in the IRC chat. What did it is?
Oh, very good.
What did it is?
What did it is?
What is yeah?
What it is. All right. So,
By the way, Bending Grid was gonna give me a track to spin. I totally forgot. Hopefully next week.
next week. Yes. All right. So we have this next track, Jules. Let's just go ahead and drop it on our listeners here. What do we got?
Before I forget, I want to shout out to Chris Estrada, who joined us in the YouTube chat.
Mr. Estrada.
Thanks,
he is my buddy. He's the guy. He's my best friend. We are going to LA and Seattle, and
this is the friend you're going to LA with.
the
Sweet.
man. Yeah, he's my traveling compadre.
You guys will have fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to go have a lot of fun.
I bet. Okay, let's jump over to Greece, where chipwave artist Cool AM7 has dropped a new EP called "Do Your Own Singing," which is a karaoke version of some of his older tracks, and you can get this EP for free off Bandcamp. So this is Cool AM7 with "Dance to the Bit" right here on Night Ride FM.
And that is Dance to the Bit, Do Your Own Singing, in parentheses, by Cool AM7. Very good. And yeah, Car and Zoe Lee. We're going to go and visit Car and Zoe Lee when we go up to Seattle. So she better have some wonderful, wonderful sights to see. And they have...
Seattle's awesome.
They have like Space Needles and
Yeah,
stuff, you know?
Trees and all kinds of cool things.
Buildings, lights.
You know, yeah, it's a city.
Yeah, all that stuff. We're gonna go see that stuff. I'm very excited. So we have we have 2 more tracks we're gonna play. So we got a little 1-2 punch here, and then we're gonna go into our listener feedback, which we have none because I guess people forgot about us already. That's okay. If you want to send a message to the show, we will read it on air. Just send it to thestateofsynth.com/message. And we've just been really lazy promoting that. We've just been promoting it on the podcast. So, you know, check that out if you want to send us a shout out. If you don't, for some reason, if you're not able to listen to it live, you can always go to thestateofsynth.com/message and send us a message. We will most likely read it out on the air and see what's happening out there in the world, you know?
Yep.
All right, so we have 2 more tracks. This next track is by who?
Let's see. We got fresh new talent on the new Retrowave label. TLF, hailing from Germany, has joined the label.
TLF.
He's got several releases on his own Bandcamp, but you can find this latest single.
Sorry.
TLF. You can find his latest single on new Retrowave Bandcamp page, and here it is. This is Lucy, right here on Night Ride FM.
When we watch this fake parade.
And there it is, little TLF with Lucy. I want to know what that TLF stands for.
Same here. I was Googling around. I couldn't figure it out.
And I will say that we were like singing of course you got to sing the KLF song. And I thought it was Vengeance of Groove. And you said it was something different.
Ancients of Moo.
And it made me laugh.
They have an alternate names. The Justified Ancients of Moo.
It's like and it's Moo, like the cow?
No, MU, not like the
cow. All right. I was gonna say like this is like I feel like this is like the animal show. Like we got raccoons and we've got cats and now little moo-moos. But anyway, I had no idea. Like I don't know what a moo-moo is. That's the thing you wear, right? The PJs.
I think so. Yeah, I think yeah.
You know, you come out and like you wear a moo-moo and like that's like what lazy people do. They come out in moo-moos and like because they don't want to put on like real clothes and they're like sleeping moo-moos, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yep.
Like,
I think so.
Like real lazy pajamas. It's like a big shirt. They call it a moo-moo. Anyway, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Jules, do we have any new Patreons to?
Oh, yes. Folks, if you want to be a supporter of the Night Ride FM channel, you can head to patreon.com/NightRideFM. It costs money to keep the servers running, spinning 24/7 music. And a quick shout out to our latest Patreons, Vazaroshi and Dan Jaworski.
Nice. That's a cool name.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Appreciate it. And you can also hear us on Retro Hit Radio every Sunday at 10 p.m. on Retro Hit Radio. You know the address. If not, we'll probably drop it in.
retrohitradio.co.nz.
Yeah, you can find us there. You can also go to our website if you'd like to find out what the next show is going to be, which is thestateofsynth.com. All kinds of fun things with that you can check out. And yeah, you can check out our back catalog and all that, all the other animals we had on the show, and we had Cat Temper on, and
yes, we haven't had Thunder Porpoise.
We have to have Thunder Porpoise on next.
Yeah,
like that's like the old school OG synthwave crew right there. So
yep.
We go back to like forever with Thunder Porpoise. Anyway, I'm rambling on. My name is Dennis G. Thank you so much for listening. That's our show, and of course, we want to send a very special thank you to our wonderful guest, Moonraccoon, who, God bless her heart, stayed up till 1 a.m. chatting with our dumbasses.
By the way, Super Space Cat pointed out that Mu is a sunken continent in the Pacific.
Oh, very. Yeah. Oh, like the children of Mu. Mu?
I guess Mu. Maybe you pronounce it Mu.
Oh, the island of Mu.
I'd expect like an umlaut or something over that U.
Well, the Mu, I guess, part got me confused because I guess is it 2 islands? I don't even know, honestly. Well, we're gonna Google that. We'll figure that out. We'll let you know next week.
We'll know by next show.
We will know by now, and we'll just fill your ears with all kinds of trivia about it. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and play you out with this last track. Jules, you want to go ahead and just wrap this up and get us out the door here?
All right, we're gonna play you out with the latest song from Australian artist Killstar. And it's 1986, and you're cruising in the rain-soaked neon streets and here's a track name, Midnight.
Midnight.
From all of us here at Night Ride FM, have a great night.
We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.